fun. Let's start calling these, I guess, like bathroom confessionals. If I look like shit, that's because I have had a pretty emotionally shitty day. Let's just call it what it is. My day was good. Events were good. I put on my smiley face and pulled myself together. I went shopping with my mom, and then we had a dance meeting for my daughter's national competition. And then we had a super exciting closing ceremonies for baseball, and we had our team party for my son's baseball team, which they won first place in their division for this season. And tomorrow we have another playoff game, which is all so amazing. And I wish I could have mentally been there. I'm already gonna start crying. To enjoy it. I have been in a complete, like, fog, I guess you could say. Just going through the motions and laughing and putting on my smiley face and having mundane conversations with people. Doing great, right? My life is perfect and great, and I feel wonderful, and I have my makeup on, and I have really cute clothes on, and I have my perfect little children who are thriving and happy, and my husband's there with me, and it's just perfect, right? This is just to show you, you don't know someone's battles. I mean, no one knows Kate Spade's battles. No one knows Anthony Bourdain's battles. I mean, just this morning I heard the news of him. I'm not saying I'm anywhere near that. I am just strictly making the point of, you don't know what's underneath the facade. Usually the people that are hurting the most are actually the ones that you would never suspect it. And with my RA, I did my video of my history and things like that a while ago. And my medication is not working. I switched medication back in November off of a medication that was making me lose all or a ton of my hair, to the point where, like, you still can see my scalp like that, and now I have all these baby hairs because it's growing back. Like, no joke, like, I look like which I'm so happy to have back. But the medication, which is Xeljanz, is not working. In the last 2 weeks, I've developed 5 nodules on between my feet and my toes and my ankle. Because my meds aren't working, my doctor told me to come in immediately. I have sores all in my mouth. I am tired. I have to try really hard to look unlike death warmed over. And to just walk and do things that normal people do. She had me come in. I went in this morning, and about once a year I have crappy appointments where I feel really disappointed and discouraged, and it takes me back to that helpless feeling of the why me's, and today's one of those. Today's been hard. Today's been one of my landmark doctor's appointments in my rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, Sjogren's, Raynaud's journey. I went in this morning, she looked at my nodules, we chit-chatted about my medication that I was on. She told me to stop it immediately, and then we went through the list of medications I've tried. I've tried Plaquenil, Let me list them. Plaquenil, methotrexate, Orencia, Humira, Enbrel, Simponi, Xeljanz, Lyrica. That was way before I even got officially diagnosed with rheumatoid. Those are just the ones I can remember off the top of my head. Simponi, Orencia worked really well for about a year and a half, a year or so, and then I started getting a reaction every time I took it where I got hives everywhere, and each time it was getting worse. She took me off of that in fear of it becoming anaphylactic. Then we switched to Simponi, which I really, really loved. I felt really good on. It was one of the best ones that I had tried, until a year and a half later my hair started falling out. And I mean falling out like scary. So we went in and we talked about my meds that I had done. And I remember her mentioning this about a year ago, when we had gone through it before, about the next steps, because I'm always afraid we're going to run out of options. It's like my worst fear. I'm young. I don't want to run out of options and be sentenced to a lifetime of, sorry, there's nothing we can do. So we started talking about medications, and all of the medications she was listing after those, she started telling me the side effects and warnings. And I'm in my early 30s. I have 2 kids, a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old boy and a girl. I've been married almost 15 years, and we think we're done having kids. Like, we've talked about it, and we're pretty comfortable, you know, but we do prevent having kids at this point, but I would never let my husband get a vasectomy at this point, and I would never get my tubes tied at this point. They did ask me last time because I did have C-sections. But a side effect of all the medications from here on out won't allow me to have any more kids. And it either ruins your fertility or the medication stays in your body forever. Even when you stop taking it, there's certain areas that it just stays in. And when that happens, you, if you were to get pregnant to try and have children, your child would be severely, severely handicapped and have major birth defects. And I knew she had mentioned this before, and you know, she said we had a few more to try, and she would say like, oh, you know, are you going to have more kids? And my answer has always been the same of, I feel done, but I'm not ready to shut that door. I'm not ready to have it be final. I'm not ready to have it be completely done. Life changes. What if things change? What if I want more kids? All I ever wanted to do when I grew up was be a mom. My friends wanted to be a veterinarian. My friends wanted to be teachers. You know, they all knew what they wanted to be. And I remember thinking, like, am I weird? Because all I want to be is a mom. I want to be the Girl Scout leader. I want to be the team mom. I want to be the house that all the kids hang out at. I just want to be a mom, a stay-at-home mom. And I'm living my dream. I love it. I love every second of it. I love my kids. I mean, I cry every time, you know, I see my daughter dance. I try not to cry when my son plays baseball. Tonight when he got his trophy, I tried not to cry. They're my life. And I couldn't imagine it without them, and I did struggle with infertility, and so to struggle with infertility too, I think weighs on me heavily with giving up my fertility as well. I don't know, if I feel done having kids, then why is this decision so hard? I talked with my doctor, and we're gonna try Simponi again for the next. I go in 6 weeks, but we're gonna try for probably 3 months, because that's how long it takes for a medication to actually like show if it's gonna work fully and how well it's gonna work with RA. So we're gonna try that and pray that my hair doesn't fall out, because I wasn't ready to make that type of decision today, and I don't know when I'm gonna be able to make that decision. So I cried all the way home. I've been crying on and off today. My husband came home and asked me how my doctor's appointment went, and I had to tell him. And he's fine with not having any more kids. He doesn't mind. He's happy with his 2. Like, you know, I wanted like 6 kids, 4 kids. I mean, yeah, mentally, I don't know if I could handle it, because holy crap. Why do you think I haven't had a 3rd? But it's 2 final. And all I can do at this point is just pray that God puts it upon me, a peace that I'm okay with this decision, and if I will be okay with this decision. I don't know if it's because I feel like it defines me as a woman. I know one part of me is upset and I'm getting angry now as the day passes. This disease has taken so much from me. I've sacrificed a lot. Things that I minimize. Little things, but important things. Quality time with my kids when they were babies. Dirty looks when I'm in a wheelchair. People judging me. People judging me getting in and out of the car with a handicap plaque on days that I feel good. I remember my kids were in preschool and they told someone, oh, my mommy's sick, she just sleeps all the time. Things like that used to kill me before I was started to be treated only 3 years ago. My kids are 7 and 9, so, you know, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that was half their lives that I've been sick. And when I say sick, I mean so sick. I remember my son's kindergarten year and my daughter's TK year. I was so sick that and in pain. When I say sick, I was hurting so bad. I couldn't walk him to and from class. I'd have my son run in from the car to pick up my daughter from TK. I had to contact my son's teacher and tell her, like, if I wasn't at the door at pickup, have him walk out to the gate, because I couldn't make it in that day to pick him up and drop him off. I missed seeing my kid come out of class and run to me, excited to see me and tell me about their day. Because I couldn't get out of the car and walk. I couldn't walk my kids to the park when they were little, because I hurt so bad, and at that time I hadn't accepted it and bought a wheelchair. Things like that. And now for it to take this away too is just, it's devastating. And then to top it off, I was already in a really borderline mental, just like, screw everyone mood. I see a friend that I was close to in the past. And I know she doesn't want any more kids, and she already has quite a few. And guess what? She's pregnant. Good for her. And I don't like to say this ever, but life is really fucking unfair. And I went through this feeling when I struggled with infertility of how come people can get pregnant so easy that don't want children? And yet that's all I want, and I can't have it. And here I am today getting this news and having to decide to give that option up. And someone I know that doesn't want any more kids is having another one. And I know I'll understand someday and look back on this video and feel like, oh, hindsight's 20/20. And, you know, maybe I'll find a medication that works and I'll feel magically better, but it's hard to see it out of the darkness. It's hard to see the why. It's hard to accept the why. And it's hard to not go into that self-pity, and it's hard to not just take a moment and just be mad and sad and devastated and just rocked to your core. And I know it's okay to stay in this state, you know, for a day or 2 days, but you can't live in it. You can't stay in it forever. And I get that, and I never have. I know that hopefully this anger and why me feeling will go away, because there's a reason for it, and God doesn't give you more than you can handle. But I wanted to share a real life struggle and a real life something that someone's dealing with, that if you saw, you know, at the gas station, or if it was another parent at your school and you wave, hi, oh hi, how are you? I'm good, oh I'm so proud of our kids, blah 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 blah. You don't know that that person can get in their car and just be struggling with something so deep. So, you know, just always be kind. You know, and when someone snaps at you, know that maybe it wasn't at you. Maybe it was them, you know, deflecting something onto you that had nothing to do with you. You know, I remember when I was struggling with infertility, the jealousy I would feel towards people having kids. And it would hurt, and it would turn into jealousy, and why me, and that's not fair, they don't deserve it, things like that. Everyone deserves to be happy, and everyone, you know, deserves the best, and friends are there to support you when good things happen to you too. And that's something I've learned, that if you feel like your friend isn't as excited as you are when you share good news, then that's not a friend, because they're not supporting you. Just like when you tell them news of you hurting, they should hurt with you. But it's always harder to not be jealous when someone has good news, right? That's a challenge. Because everyone kind of feels better about themselves when they see someone else struggle. And that's human nature. So yeah, just keep fighting the good fight, and I just wanted to give you an update. I hope that this video helps someone out there feel like they're not alone. It's kind of why I do this. I just want people to know a real life struggle and that they're not alone. It's not all rainbows and butterflies. And that's okay. Tomorrow will be a better day, and life's gonna move on, and I'm gonna be happy with my 2 kids. And I struggle with feeling guilty because I should just be happy with the 2 I have and enjoy them and dote on them and pour into them everything that I have. And that's what I'm going to continue to do, is be grateful and look at everything with a grateful heart and satisfied, to be satisfied with what I was given and the cards that I was dealt. And that's the attitude that I'm going to have to go with this forward. As hard as it is, and in the moments of feeling different feelings, that's all you can do. So I've chatted your ear off enough, but I hope you have a wonderful night, and I hope that this helps someone. And yeah, enjoy your night, be kind to people, and be happy for your friends, and support your friends when things aren't going good. Have a good night, guys. Bye.